1.4, questions 7 through 11. These are your questions, so if you want to pause it and come back to this, come back to this. Okay? Now I'm going to bring it onto the board. And let's do this. So we got the x's go from 5 to 10. The y's go from 155 to 267, right, Jordan? So what would be a good x value if I'm going to make a scatter plot? What would be a good x to set up here? How about somewhere between 4 and 11, right?
8.
So 4 to 11, because I want to put x's in here, right? So I'm going to start with 4 here, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now it'll fit my board pretty well, yeah? As far as the x's. And now the y's, I need to make a y value here that's going to fit 155 to 267. What? So probably somewhere around 150 starting here, yeah? Right? 150. But then do I want to go up by ones? No, that's not going to work. Do I want to go up by 2s? By 50s? Right? So if I go up by 50s, that'll take me 150. So 2, 250, 3. It's only 3 lines. Well, a little bit more than that. We probably need a little bit more than 3 lines, right? So how about we double that? 6 lines, 25. That's fair, right? So we're going to go 6 lines. So kind of break it up in 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah? And so I got 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, and actually I'm good. Right? Because I don't have anything above 267. Right? Okay, so now I can erase this part so that I can put in all my plots. Okay? And so now I'm going to plot 6 and 213. Okay? So we had 6 and 213 that we have to plot. And that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So 6 and 213 would be about here, yeah? About halfway between 200 and 225, right? Okay, and then I've got 5 and 256. So I go to 5 and 250 and a little bit more. Bam. Okay? And then I've got, what's the next one? 8.5 and 155. Okay? So I go to 8.5 and 155. 155 is pretty low. It's just a little bit above it. Yeah? Does that make sense? 155. Okay? Then we go to 8 and 194. 8 and 194. Well, 8's here and 194. That's really close to 200. Yeah, just a little bit lower. That's pretty good, yeah? Okay? Then I've got 10 and 160. So I go to 10 and I go to 160. That's a little less than 175. So somewhere in there. Okay? Then I've got 5.5 and 267. Yeah? So I'm going to go to 5.5 and 267. That's going to be up here somewhere, yeah? Boom. Okay? And then 7 and 258. Okay? 7 and 258, just a little bit above 50. Maybe in there somewhere. Okay. And then 7.5 and 210. 7.5 and 210. And I just want to make sure that I'm recording, right? And then we'll do the last one. We are recording. And then the last one is 8 and 235. So 8 and 235. Right there. Okay? Now that's our scatter plot. That's just plotting, right? Then what they want to know is, well, I don't know. What do they want to know? Make a scatter plot of the data using the price of independent variable. So prices are our x, and our attendance is the y, and that's a. Okay? B, find the correlation, coefficient, and the equation of the line best fit. Oh my goodness. The equation of the line best fit. We're going to have fun. Alright, so, like I said before, the coefficient is the R value, right? I need to find the correlation. What's the correlation? Is this a positive or negative? What's it look like? Looks negative to me. Now it helps when I cut this in half, yeah? Right? Doesn't that help now? Now you see that, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If I put half the points above, half the points below, right? Then my line is kind of like, and it could be anywhere in there. Line of best fit, when you're not using an equation to figure out the line of best fit, right? You can plug this in your calculator will tell you exactly the line of best fit. Okay? But I'm just trying to get you to think without a calculator. You got to know what the calculator's doing. And all we're going to do is split these in half. Okay? So the first thing is, I know it's a correlation of negative. So my correlation is negative. What's my R value? So how much do these things spread out? Are they perfectly linear? Are they really linear? Do they make a really good line? No, right? Otherwise they'd be like right here. Boom, 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 boom. So it's not 0.9. Are they a circle? Well, it's not 0.0 then. They're semi-spread out, but they're semi-linear. They make a pretty good line, but they are spread out. Does that make sense? So it's above a 5. So if you said this was a 6 or a 7, I would say yes. My idea here is to look at it as a 0.7. Okay? It's pretty linear. There's not a lot of points, right? We haven't graphed a ton of points. So it's hard to look at it and know whether it's really linear or it's kind of going out. So that's going to give it a lower end score because there's not a lot of points. Okay, so now that's my correlation. That's what it asks for. Okay, but it also asks for the line of best fit. The line of best fit. All right. So here comes a little strategy. You see how this is a line? Now what I want you to do is take a look at the grid. And this is why I bought you grid paper. Okay? Because now I can look at this and I can play with it a little bit. I can make it fit some really good numbers. Instead of like going just a little bit above, or a little bit below and a little bit above, right? I think I could tweak this a little bit, right? And if I had maybe, say like that, if I had it go through like that, would that still be half above and half below? Does that make sense? So this is still half above, half below. It's a nice line that goes through two perfect points, right? So this is a really good line to find an equation for. Does that make sense? And it's still a negative correlation. Oops, remember this is a negative correlation. So the R value is negative, right? So the R value is a negative 0.7, right? So it's still giving you this negative correlation. Half the points are below, half the points are above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is below. Yeah? Kind of splits them in half. Yes? Okay. And I've got two really good points. So guess what? Y equals mx plus b. Now you're at level 2 now, right? Algebra 2. We got to know y equals mx plus b. You have to know it now. So, first of all, y equals mx plus b. That's our goddess equation. That's going to help us for anything linear. Right? Second of all, I know that these points go through here and here. And so we go to the next level. The next level is, what is delta x? Remember, delta x means the change in x. So how much does it change from 5 to 7? How much does that change?
2.
Huh?
2.
2. It's easy. And then we look at delta y. So how we're going from right here to right here. So how much does it change from 225 to 275? 50. Okay? Now, I don't know where it crosses the y-axis, right? I don't know my b. But I know what I know is, I know my m. M is equal to delta y over delta x, right? The change in y, the rise, over the run. Now, this is negative, yeah? The change is a negative 50, so I have negative 50, it's down 50, and then it's right, or positive 2. Okay, does that reduce to what? Negative 25. See how nice that is? Those numbers are good. Those numbers are nice, right? So now, I plug it into the equation. M is negative 25, right? Y equals mx plus b. I don't know what b is, but what's x? So I choose one of these. Which one do I want to choose? I choose any one you want. Which one do you want to choose? Which x and y? Any x and y. You choose. You want to put in 8.5? Heck no. Because that's a decimal. That's a fraction. Why do I want to put a fraction in? I want to kind of keep this simple, right? If I'm putting in an x against 25, maybe put the lowest number I can think of, right? Maybe the lowest number I have. Might be easier, right? So if I put in 6 and 213, but I can't put in these two numbers, I have to put in one of these guys. The points on the line. Right? I can't just put in this, because that's way down here. That's not even on the line. Right? The point is getting a point on the line. So which point do I want to use? I want to use 5 and 275. Because 5 is the lowest number, yeah? So I plug in 5 for my x and 275 for my y. This is 5